Ready?
Yep.
And scene. Take two. Okay. So this was kind of one of it was sort of a unique writing session for us. This was early on, we were working together, and instead of coming to you both with an idea or with a demo, I just came to you with a voice note, but the three of us were going to write a song together, which we hadn't done before. And it ended up, I think, turning into one of all three of our favorite songs off of the record, Make You Sad. So I'm just going to show those early voice notes because this is ultimately what I showed you at the beginning of the session.
Candid is capo 2, A and G. Say you want to have a candid conversation, doesn't seem like that. Then you can go to like a D funky thing. Oh, I just want you to know.
Okay, and then after I played you a couple different voice notes, and that one stuck out to both of you. And so what drew you to the initial sounds that became Make You Sad? And then what was the process of writing it like, the three of us in the room that day?
I was immediately drawn to it because I love sad shit. It's just like that's my fucking jam. And the sort of like quality of it being sad, but not maudlin, not like somber is really, really special. And that's like my favorite kind of music. So what I remember the most is Kevvy was doing his thing and you and I were working on melody and arrangement and chords.
So I think I recorded like a scratch guitar part and I started programming and right away made that beat that's like 6/8 beat, and it just kind of started to fall into place. And so I think you two were working on the lyrics while I just started programming it.
And I think it was one of those sessions where everyone was feeding off of each other, everyone was like, because all of us were in the room, that happened. And if one of us hadn't been in the room, it would not have happened in that sense. And that song to me is kind of a perfect marriage of all three of ours. I think probably our best talents is like in what we all do best in that song. So
the song idea that I had was kind of about a particular experience in my life with somebody. And then Louise, you were also having an experience with somebody in your life. So they were two different experiences and two different kinds of relationships. But I feel like when we were in that writing zone, we were able to kind of create, as you do when you're in co-writes like that, a little bit of like a character, a composite character, this feeling that we were writing about.
I'm a big believer in placeholder lyrics. Like, if you don't have anything profound and poetic to say off the top of your head right away. I believe in vibes, and I think that Kevvy picked up on that, and we picked up on what he was doing, and that's the magic in a writing session, is when people are just sort of like on that other frequency together, and it's special and it's unique and it's not easy to get to. So I think that was one of the songs I'm proudest of because we got to do that divine intervention channeling thing all together at once, and that's really wonderful.
I wish every session could be like as easy as that. It just really did come together. I right away found the right sounds for it. I felt like, we didn't really do anything. I remember a lot of the vocals were one take.
What is your favorite part or moment of the song that you want people to pay attention to?
I think my favorite part is going into the first pre-chorus where everything drops out and there's that drum fill. It's like really powerful. And I like that we did the move where that happened once and then we didn't do it that way going into that section the next time. We just went right into it.
Now you walk out on me.
I love the bridge. The bridge is satisfying with all those different modulations and harmonies and stuff. Satisfying.
Moo moment. Such a BG queen.
Yeah.
I feel like it was one of the moments we like both had our phones out and we were both like, and like I'd listen and be like, oh, that's good. And then we'd be like, oh, get that one. It's just like 25 different like voice notes up.
Well, that's a cool move to have, not in a ton of vocals till that one moment.
Yes. Yeah.
I've actually gotten to perform this song live a bunch because we wrote it, I think in October or November of last year. And that was right when I started kind of like gigging around Vancouver. So Louise, I got to open for you at the Biltmore. It was the first time I'd ever played the Biltmore. It was so cool. And then I was part of this like music competition and I got to play with a band, which I'd never played with a band, to play my own songs. And so I got to play it on different size stages and like every room has a different feeling. So I think that has kind of informed my favorite part of the song, but like I'm thinking of particular moments, but towards the end of the song, the bridge, it's like so intimate, the vocal after all of the big, or actually it's the final. No, what is it even? It's like the pre-chorus is the, I can't tell you what I want to, but it goes right into the final chorus. So it's like, it's the chorus, but it's a pre-chorus.
Remember how that happened? Because I accidentally like put that section first that time, and I didn't even notice I did it. And then you two were like, "Ooh," and I was like, "What? What?"
That like
happy accident.
Magic to that part, and especially performing it live because it's just like the I can't tell you, and it all kind of, and then there's like a wow, there's like a little bit of space, and then the drums come in and they just like kick in so hard, and then all of a sudden you come back to that pre-chorus lift when it's like the but everything comes back in. So that part for me is like,
I love that.
Shivers, chef kiss. Performing that part live is very.
Thanks for chatting. Nice to see your faces.
Yeah.
Now you walk out on me, that's predictability.